Have you ever been in a situation where you have the ability to understand something immediately without even consciously thinking about it? Do you trust yourself in that moment? Or do you brush off that feeling to the side? Or do you take action? Today, we're going to talk about intuition and not only how you can build it, but when you should act upon it and trust it. I'm also going to share with you a personal story of a moment I used my intuition and it made all the difference between really helping me understand how strong it really was inside of me. So what is intuition? There are so many different names for it. Sometimes we might call it intuition. We might call it a gut instinct. I know somebody who calls it a spidey sense. What it is that feeling or knowing inside of us where we know something to be true in every fiber of our being, but we don't know why. We don't have the proof to back it up. It's different than an ego. So intuition usually is something that is giving an idea for something, where an ego is making a question about something, questioning, and it's usually fear-based. So we've got our fear-based ego and our love-based intuition. So if you're wondering which one it is that you're feeling, check in with your body. Does it feel like you're coming more from a place of love, or does it feel like you're coming from a place of fear? One of the things I found is that intuition will often make statements about something. Do this, do that, move here, go there. Whereas the ego will ask questions. Is this good enough? Is this going to work? What if you don't go that way? What if you should do this? So the ego is always trying to protect, and it'll do that by asking questions versus that intuition, which is telling you this is what you should do. The key is knowing what it feels like in your body. So are you feeling at ease or are you feeling anxious? Again, it comes down to that fear versus love. That anxious feeling is going to be the ego, that human part of us that's just trying to be safe, whereas the intuition is going to feel like ease. It's going to feel like love. It's going to feel like a gentle nudge in a direction that makes you feel good. So how do we build this beautiful thing called intuition or gut instinct? And you can call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Your intuition or gut instinct isn't going to turn down because of the name you call it. You could call it Fred. Doesn't matter. But how do we build this? How do we build upon it to make it even stronger? And especially, how do we build our intuition when somebody else is telling us that we're wrong? The first thing you want to pay attention to is, again, that response in your body. Is it feeling ease? Is it feeling like flow? Or is it feeling like fear? Is it questioning? Identify what that feeling is and start to notice where it is in your body as you are experiencing yourself in these intuitive moments. Look inside your body, that gut instinct. How does it feel? Get to make friends with that feeling so that when you are having an intuitive moment, you will really be able to hone in on it and say to yourself, yeah, this is my intuition, this is my gut, this is the path I'm going to take. You also want to pay attention to the little things that you were right about and start trusting yourself. So if you did trust yourself, say to yourself, oh, I trusted myself in this moment and I was right, and celebrate that and really focus on what it felt like, again, in your body. And if there's a moment where you didn't listen to that intuition and something didn't go right and you find yourself going, oh man, I should have listened to myself. I should have trusted my gut. Look at that and learn from that opportunity. Don't beat yourself up, but learn from that opportunity where next time you will be more likely to trust that intuitive sense coming through you. And then start watching for synchronicities. The more that you start to trust your own intuition, your own gut instinct, synchronicities are going to come up for you. They're going to happen in your life. You're going to start feeling more coincidences. And I love the word coincidence because the definition of coincide is for two angles to fit perfectly together. So really start to pay attention to all these little coincidences, all these little synchronicities that start to show up in your life as you begin to trust yourself and build on this intuition more and more. Okay, so you are working on your intuition, you're building up this gut instinct. So how do you know if it's strong? How do you know that it's getting stronger? Some signs are things like you think of somebody or you talk about somebody and then they call you. And you're on the phone going, oh my gosh, no way, I was just thinking about you. Another thing is sometimes you're in the right place at the right time. We were in Costco the other day and there just happened to be something that was marked wrong on a price, and we were one of the lucky people, right? That were just there able to get this amazing deal on this product that we were wanting. So one, we were wanting it. Two, we got a great deal on it. Right place, right time. Another way that you know that your intuition is getting stronger and stronger is when a thought or idea comes out of nowhere. Sometimes it even surprises you and you feel like a genius in that moment. You have no idea how you got this idea, but you yourself are blown away. You know when your intuition is getting stronger when you're able to pick up on the emotions of other people around you. This is not take on their emotions, but to understand them, to have a sense of what they're feeling and what they're needing in any given moment, really able to tune into them. And my last one is you know when you are getting very strong in your intuition when your dreams start to tell you things. I remember having an ailment and I didn't know what was going on in my body. And I had a dream where I was talking to this woman and she was telling me different pressure points to push in order to heal this ailment that was coming up for me. I woke up in the morning and I thought, oh, that was a really funny dream. And just for sake of it, I looked up these different pressure points that she had told me in my dream. And believe it or not, it was pressure points on my knee, so something I was not familiar with, and it ended up being the exact solution to what was coming up for me. So pay attention to those dreams and the little hints or gifts of knowledge they might be giving you. It's not always easy to really trust our intuition, especially when we're just getting going. But one of the things you want to pay attention to is if you ever have what we call a nagging feeling. You know when you feel that feeling and you're just not sure why, but something's telling you you shouldn't be doing something, or something's telling you you should be doing something. If you ever have that nagging feeling, be willing to really feel into it and see if that's an intuitive moment, a gut instinct, or just your ego trying to scare you to keep you safe. But either way, look at those nagging feelings to see if that is an intuitive moment that you should be trusting. One of the cool things about intuition and knowing when to trust it is there's usually a feeling that comes before the thought. So if you are in tune with your own body, you will feel your body being pulled, or you'll feel your body feeling calm or good or excited. If there's a thought that comes after that good feeling that's kind of a scared thought, an ego thought, questioning it, then that's something that you can look at too to better help you define, okay, I had the good feeling, but then my little ego kicked in. Really pay attention to the feelings, because that's how your intuition is going to communicate with you, is a lot of this body knowledge all through our feelings. So pay attention to your feelings, pay attention to that thinking, and then find that balance that is really that road for you in developing and strengthening your intuition. That moment for me when my intuition spoke so loudly that it was undeniable that this is something I should pay attention to was many years ago when I needed to buy a car and I had a very strict budget. And I walked onto this car dealership. I walked up to a car that I liked, and all of a sudden, I felt so gross. I felt like I was going to throw up. I felt lightheaded and wheezy. I thought I was coming down with the flu all of a sudden. So I started to leave the dealership, and on my way out, I passed another car. And all of a sudden, I felt good. That wave of nausea had passed through my body, that all of that icky stuff was gone, and I just felt good. And I thought, oh, that's weird. I guess I must have just had a blip in how I was feeling. And then something told me, go back to the first car. So I thought, okay, walked back over to that first car, got that same horrible, disgusting, nauseous feeling inside of me. And that's when it occurred to me, That was my intuition. I needed to make the right purchase for this car with the budget I had and everything that was going on in my life. I needed to be very careful about the car that I chose. So I walked back over to that second car, that one that made me feel alive. I felt so good. I felt inspired. I felt happy. I felt in flow with life. Ended up purchasing that car. It lasted forever. It was probably one of the best purchases I'd ever made, and it was all because I listened to my intuition. So, speaking of intuition, sometimes you need to know when to stay or get out of a relationship. So I've got a next video for you, early signs a relationship won't last. I hope you liked today's ray of sunshine. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you over at the next intuitive video. Your intuition is telling you, keep watching.